Welcome to the briefing video for the Pilgrim Challenge 2023. Our objective with all of our events is to make them challenging, fun, and safe. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the safety aspects, but you're coming along to the Pilgrim, you're running the North Downs Way, you're covering 66 miles, 2,400 meters of ascent, and lots of mud. It's a stunning route. It looks like it's going to be a lovely weekend, and it's a great way to start the year off or start your ultra year off. I know some of you are doing one day, and we've got about 240 people doing the 2 days. So we're really looking forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. So it is challenging. We want to make it fun, so I'm going to cover some of that in this video, but we also want to make it safe. So big part of this conversation is about the safety aspects as well. Now, I know many of you have done our events before, and some of you have done the Pilgrim multiple times, and it's great to have you back. And those that haven't done the Pilgrim before, but have done other X Energy events, great to have you back in the family and looking forward to seeing you at the weekend. For those taking part in your first X Energy event, welcome. Great to have you along. Thank you for choosing us to come and kick off your 2023. And for those doing their first ultra, wow, fantastic. So pleased that you've chosen us to come and do your first ultra. And welcome to the marvelous community, the fabulous community that is the ultra family. I know many of you are running the Marathon des Sables and doing this as part of your training for Marathon des Sables. So I know we're going to see lots of MDS rucksacks out there and Raid Light rucksacks out there as you're running and training, getting ready for the event. And it is a perfect event for that, which is why we probably have 60 to 80 people who are training for that from the UK contingent. We've also got a big group coming over from Holland, so I'd like to make a special mention of them. They're coming over to as a weekend running adventure. So welcome to those guys when they arrive on Saturday morning. Okay, so I'm going to go through and talk through what to expect during the event. Before I do that, I just want to thank our sponsors, Imperial Vehicles, Chorus Watches, and Precision Hydration, who have provided the hydration for this weekend. So listen, on arrival, when you get to Sandy Farm or to Farnham Station on Saturday morning, if you're arriving at the farm, you'll be directed where to park. So please park up and then make your way over to the marquee to pick up your timing chip. For those of you just doing one day, this is really important. If you're just running Saturday, please park at Farnham Station, not at Sandy Farm. Sandy Farm is locked when we leave there on Saturday morning, and it's not open again till Sunday afternoon. So if you park there and you want to go back and get your car, you won't be able to get it till Sunday afternoon. So please park at Farnham Station. We've got 4 minibuses doing shuttles from the station, and we'll get you to the start well before you need to be there. So when you get there, head over to the marquee. You'll be directed by the various staff that are there. With your, you'll have your race number, should have come through in the post. If you haven't, don't worry, just go to the help desk and we'll give you another one, or we'll give you another race number. You'll pick up your timing tag. You'll put your overnight bag onto the truck so that it's ready for you at the finish. For those of you staying in hotels, we're going to put coloured ribbon on your bag so that we know, we'll put you in a different pile so we know you're staying in a hotel, so we can ship you off there when you get to the finish on Saturday afternoon. If you've got any queries at all, just ask some of the staff in the start area. So I just want to talk about the ground for a minute. So you're running the North Downs Way. You're starting at the bottom, you're going up, you're going down, you're going up, you're going down. It is a hilly route, but you are following the North Downs Way literally from when you come out of the business park all the way through to when you come off just after Reigate Hill, and we guide you down into Red Hill. The ground is a mix of footpath, bridleways, and some minor roads, but very little tarmac. It should be pretty good conditions for the Pilgrim. Actually, it's going to be reasonably warm, which is unusual this time of year. It's going to be between 4 and 10 degrees. It'll be a bit colder in the morning and then warming up as the day goes on. Sunday afternoon looks like it's actually going to be sunny. For the finish, so you'll be running into the finish in the sun. But it will be muddy. There's no question after the rain we've had, after the conditions we've had, it will be muddy. It always is. So expect that. And it will be slippery on the descents and the ascents. So again, expect that. So I mentioned the weather. It's looking a little bit overcast on Saturday, sunny on Sunday, and the temperatures between 4 and 10 degrees. So from a risk point of view, and what I want you to think about is layers. Layers are key. Layering up and layering down when you start warming up. It's very easy to dehydrate when it's cold, when you start out with lots of layers and you don't delayer. I know you experienced people know all this, but I just want to remind you. So you have to be taking on plenty of water between aid stations and then filling up at aid stations. And put squash in your water bottles as well, because water isn't just going to hydrate you. You need some sodium in there, or use the precision hydration tablets as well. Make sure you've got a hat or buff and some gloves as well, just to keep your extremities warm while you're starting off early in the mornings. Okay, the race format. So once you're ready to go, we've got different start times for different speeds. And we're going to, and at each start time, when you're ready to go, just turn up at the start and we'll get you off. And we'll have a little mini start for those who are ready at their allotted time. A mini mass start when they're ready to go. So between 8 and 8:30 is the walkers start. Estimated one-day finish time of between 11 and 12 hours. Want to get you guys off nice and early so we use as much daylight as possible. Then between 8:30 and 9, the walk runners, estimated finish time for the day of between 9 and 11 hours. So you guys will get you off between 8:30 and 9. Between 9 and 9:30 are those that are running and then maybe walking the hills. So you're looking at a finish time between 6 and 9 hours for the 33 miles on the first day. And don't underestimate the conditions. Honestly, it will be slower than you think. So we'll be getting you off between 9 and 9:30. And then we'll have the faster runners going off at 9:30. And so anyone who's expected to do less than 6 hours, that's your start time. Please don't go off before that, because we won't be able to keep ahead of you in the with the aid stations, etc. Anyone who wants to is part of the field to win a main prize, like first, second lady or first, second man, then please make sure you go off in the 9:30 start, so we know all of the people who are part of that group. As I say, if you're ready to go at 8 o'clock or at 8:30 or at 9 o'clock or at 9:30, at the beginning of that half-hour slot, we'll get a mini-mass start off and we'll get you off. But there's no rush. You can go off anytime you like. Just turn up and we'll get you going. We do set off the fastest last. We do that for a reason. We do that because we want to have an inclusivity throughout the day. So the walkers aren't always at the back and the fast runners aren't always at the front. And throughout the day, you're overtaking people or being overtaken. So there's an inclusivity. And I'd like to ask you to think of some encouragement to give people as they go past you or as you go past them. As you go through the start, you will be asked to tag your start time chip. It will flash to show that you've started. And the same will happen when you go through the finish. It'll flash at the finish. Okay, let's talk about the route information and hazards. So route markings. You are following the North Downs Way, which is marked by finger posts. It's marked by plastic circles with arrows that say North Downs Way around the outside. You'll see the odd NDW sign. So there's plenty of signs out there. You're following acorns. That's the National Trail sign. We will also put some orange tape around the signs so that you see them and don't miss them. And we will put some orange dots in areas where we think you might need a bit of guidance, so orange paint dots. And also we'll put some of our small A5 size yellow X Energy signs up where we need them or where the signs are down. At the start and the finish, you'll see big arrows directing you onto the North Downs Way, off the North Downs Way. And those are the only big arrows you're going to see out there. Cautions. Okay, you are crossing lots of roads throughout the day. And you need to make sure that you can see both ways, that you're crossing at a sensible point where there's an island in the middle, if there is one. So make sure you are being your own safety at the road crossings. There are 2 busy road crossings you're going to do. And please make sure you remove your headphones when you're getting near a road or on a road crossing. And as you are after checkpoint 2 on day 1, you are going to be crossing the dual carriageway at Dorking. Now, you don't go over that dual carriageway. If you cross that dual carriageway, you will be disqualified. And we will ask you to leave the event. It is so dangerous to cross it. So you need to follow the North Downs Way route, which means when you come out of the vineyard at Denby's, you turn left along the dual carriageway, you go under the underpass, up the other side, turn right, and then you join them at North Downs Way, go over the bridge and up the hill. If the stepping stones are not covered in water, you could use those as well, but we won't know until Friday morning whether that's safe or not. So just follow the signage when you get there. But you must not cross that dual carriageway. You will see people the other side. Don't be tempted. Okay, and we will disqualify people who do. Be cautious of other path users, please. There are horse riders out there, mountain bikers out there, other walkers. Just be polite and bear in mind that they've got as much right to use it as us. And just go around them, let them know you're behind them. Don't scare people. It is going to be slippery out there. Some of the descents will be very slippery, so you need to be careful underfoot. And you've got the normal trip hazards like roots and rocks, etc. If you come across any livestock in any fields, just go round them. I'm not aware of any, but you never know what might happen on the day. So you don't have to run through the centre of them if they are on the path. Just stick to the path. Just walk past if there's a lot of livestock around, or just go around them if they're blocking your way. I've mentioned the steep descents. Be careful of those. And please follow the country code, so no littering, and close the gates. There are 4 checkpoints out there on both days. Distances vary between 5 and 10 miles. For checkpoint 3 on day 1 and checkpoint 1 on day 2, please keep an eye open for the signage, because you will be directed off the North Downs Way down to the aid station, and then you run back up to the North Downs Way. So keep an eye open for that. Otherwise, you'll miss the aid station and we won't know where you are. When you get to the aid stations, there are timing boxes there. Follow the instructions from the staff. Your tag will flash as you go through the aid station, so we know where you are, and that's beamed up to the internet so that people can track where you are en route. Please bring your own collapsible cup. Very important you do that, because we don't provide cups at the aid stations. There is loads of food and water, squash, Coke at the aid stations, so you will not go hungry. But if you do need your own special food, or you've been training with some gels or some energy bars, then please make sure you bring those with you. You can give them to us to take to the aid station, or carry them in your packs. We would encourage supporters to meet you at places other than checkpoints, please. There is limited parking at most of the aid stations, and it's just easier if supporters can meet. And there's lots of great places like Newlands Corner, like Watts Gallery. There's some great places for supporters to meet you, where there's a cafe and they can be in the warm until they see you run past. Okay, safety, actions on. Injury. The medics will be out on the course all day. There'll be a couple of vehicles out there to check that you're okay as you go through aid stations and at the finish. So there are 3 levels of that I'd like you to follow if you have an injury. Firstly, if you can get to a checkpoint, get to a checkpoint. Then we can patch you up, we can deal with you, we can get you going again, or we can recover you. If you can't get to an aid station, please tell another competitor what's going on. Please use what 3 words to let us know where you are. Give us a call, or give the medics a call. Their details are on the letter you receive, and they'll be at the start. If it's a serious incident, level 3, if it's a serious incident, you see someone knocked down, someone collapses, then it's 999 first, please. And 999 emergency services will coordinate with our medical staff to how to handle the incident. Okay, if you get lost, the North Downs Way is a hugely popular and well-marked route. It's ridden by horse riders, by mountain bikers, it's walkers, runners. It's a pretty major trail. So if you find you're going down a minor trail somewhere, then you're probably going the wrong way. Also, it does what it says on the tin. It's following the North Downs. So you're typically either following the top of a hill, or you're going down as you're going east, or you're going west. Keep an eye on our markings, keep an eye on the signs. If you have not seen a sign for a while, a North Downs Way sign or any of our markings, best thing is to retrace your steps. Go back to where you last saw it. Don't try and work out where you are. I know many of you use OS maps and use GPX files. Those are all available. The OS maps, it's available on OS maps, so you can download that onto your phone. If you are still lost and you don't know where to go, please call one of the team. Their numbers will be at the start and we'll try and guide you in. What Three Words is a great tool for helping us there. So if you haven't got What Three Words on your phone, please put it download it. Yeah, and if we need to recover you or guide you back, then we will do that. If you need to withdraw, please only withdraw at checkpoint. Ensure the checkpoint staff have been told you're withdrawing so that we're not putting out a search party trying to find you later in the evening. Okay, and it is important you keep your phone on and switched on and not on silent so that I can track you down and I can find you if we haven't seen you. When you get to the finish, fantastic. You've done the 33 miles. You've got through the mud. You've got through the hills. You go through the finish arch. And for those doing day one, grab your medal, grab your T-shirt. There's tea, coffee, cake going on in the canteen area. Your bags will all be in piles ready for you to collect. For those that are staying in the school, grab your bag, go and find a space, go and have a shower, get yourself settled down. For those going to the hotels, as we get people there, we'll minibus you off to the hotels. If you're finishing on day one, we'll be sad to see you go, but please make your way home whenever you're ready. The station is a very short walk, actually, from the school, probably 500 meters max. So it's very easy to get home, but we can drop you at the station as well. We will have a big TV in the school to watch the rugby on the Saturday. So when you finish, you'll be able to watch the rugby. Evening meal will start 6:30, 7, depending on as people finish. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of food going through the evening. And then we've got speakers starting between sort of 7:30 to share their experience around Marathon des Sables and tips and ideas for any kind of desert running. Look, my final comment is we want you to enjoy the event. We want you to have a fantastic day. So please let us know how we can make it more enjoyable for you. We can't run it for you, but we can make everything else enjoyable around it. And also, please be careful out there. Be your own safety. So we look forward to seeing you Saturday morning.